the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby.
My dad bought this batting practice jersey that Madison Bumgarner wore in batting practice during the 2014 World Series. My first question was, Dad, why didn't you buy the real Bumgarner jersey that he actually wore in the 2014 World Series?
Well, I am a man of humble means, and I can't afford the real Bumgarner game-used World Series jersey. The jersey Bumgarner wore for Game 1 of the World Series sold for way too much. So I bought this cheaper batting practice Bumgarner jersey for pennies on the dollar instead. It's entry-level, game-used Bumgarner World Series memorabilia. But it's still cool. Bumgarner still actually wore this thing while in the midst of compiling one of the greatest World Series pitching performances of all time. Let's type in the MLB hologram number, and you can tell us how it was used.
The jersey was worn in batting practice before 2014 World Series games 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. I wonder what happened to batting practice in Game 5. The jerseys have the team color splashes under the armpit, which identifies this as a batting practice jersey. It has the Giants logo on the front and Bumgarner's name and the number 40 on the back in tackle 12 lettering. The letters show somewhere, probably from laundering.
I guess Bumgarner must have thrown the jersey in the laundry a few times in between games.
Dad, did you just crumple up the game-used jersey and throw it into the wash?
No, this one's not the real one. This is a non-game used one I just bought off the web so I can play with it.
Let's see what action this jersey actually saw on the field.
So, I couldn't find any video footage of World Series batting practice, which is a shame. But I did find these photos of Bumgarner wearing the jersey during the warm-ups before Game 7. Presumably, he is in the outfield during batting practice, as is typical for pitchers. And he is retrieving balls hit to the outfield and throwing them back to the infield in these photos. Here's another in batting practice before Game 4. What's cool about this photo is Bumgarner has a bat in his hand, which presumably means he either just finished taking some hacks or is about to step into the batter's box. So we know he probably did take some swings. Unfortunately, Bumgarner went 0 for 4 in the 2014 World Series as a hitter, with 2 strikeouts. I did find a listing for one of Bumgarner's game-used World Series bats that sold at auction. But what's interesting in this listing is the description. It says, "He must have got a few good whacks in during his World Series batting practice sessions, as the barrel of this bat is well peppered with ball marks, stitch impressions, and blue ink transfers from regular season balls, and gold ink transfers from World Series balls." Even though we don't have video footage of Bumgarner in the 2014 World Series batting practices, what we do know is that Bumgarner is known to rake in batting practice like no pitcher ever has before. This is video of Bumgarner hitting bombs, some even into the upper deck, during batting practice on June 5, 2016, before the Giants game with the Cardinals. So Bumgarner really did wear this jersey in batting practice during the World Series, possibly while smacking baseballs into the bleachers at Kauffman Stadium in AT&T Park, while preparing for World Series immortality. So, Winston, how good was Bumgarner during the 2014 World Series?
Well, he started Game 1 when 7 innings allowed 1 earned run and struck out 5 for the win. In Game 5, he pitched a complete game shutout win with 8 strikeouts. Then, in Game 7, he pitched the final 5 innings, allowing 0 earned runs and struck out 4 for the save. He was the 2014 World Series MVP. He went 2-0 with the save, struck out 17 with a 0.43 ERA. MLB.com called it the best World Series pitching performance ever. ESPN and Sports Illustrated ranked it in the top 5 of all time.
So, I'm just happy to have this jersey, given how closely associated it is with such an epic moment in Giants history, and more importantly, baseball history.
Well, Dad, it's still just a batting practice jersey.
Okay, whatever you say.